If you work with management information, today I will share my 5 top tips to help you write great reports and analysis. So let's get right into today's video. Hi and welcome to FinCrime Agent, the YouTube channel talking about financial crime related topics and anti-money laundering. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button below and press the bell so you can get notified once new videos are going live on my channel. Also check the description of this video where you will find links and references for the subject that I'm talking in my videos. In the description you will also find my Patreon link where you can support FinCrime Agent on Patreon and with a small contribution receive back some unique material that I'm creating for my patrons, including a copy of the PowerPoint slides that are available in my video. So today we will talk about management information and I will share 5 great tips to help you writing better report and analysis. Also there will be a bonus tip after this 5 tips that is so very important to learn. So let's move into today's video. Before I'm giving you those tips, let me expand on why I have experience in this industry. Where do I come from? Why I have this knowledge? I've been working for about 4 years in management information in different teams for large financial institutions. In terms of the roles that I've covered, I've been involved in the production of management information and reporting. I have been presenting to senior management the risks identified within the financial crime, compliance and risk space, and I also worked within the quality insurance. So this is one of the topics that I'm very excited to share with you. So why financial institutions must have financial crime related management information and reports? The first point that I want to highlight is that it's key for a financial institution to have a MI function in place. It is a regulatory requirement, so to comply, they must have a MI and reporting function in place. The second point why it is important for financial institutions to have a strong MI function is to help them in controlling the risk. So you can imagine that large financial institutions have a large volume of systems in place, so to keep those under control, MI are key in order for senior management to get visibility on the risks across the organization. Other point I want to highlight is that management information would allow senior management to identify also processes and systems that are failing to perform as they should. So it's extremely important to have solid MI in place for reporting into the relevant risk committee. So the first tip I want to share is about not using absolute numbers. Absolute figures do not allow to easily see if the number included is either bad or good. Make sure that you generally indicate the numerator and denominator and possibly the percentage value with the period of time that is in scope. For example, 5 out of 200 or 2.5% of the alert were investigated during the last 30 days is a good sentence rather than saying 5 alerts were investigated in the last months. We always need to put the numbers into a context to actually make as clear as possible the figures that we are reporting. The second tip that I want to share is about answering the why when you write your commentary. If you write that there is a potential risk, for example, a spike in suspicious activity reports, this is obviously interesting for senior management, but then the next question that they want to understand is why there is that spike. So with your management information and the data that you have, you need to do your deeper analysis and contact the team possibly in the operational side of the organization to find out more about those volume changes, and then entering in your commentary the why so that it's clear the variation for that specific metric. This is very important, and you will see that it's going to be highly appreciated by your stakeholders reading your reports and analysis. The third tip is about stay concise, go to the point. Normally when you are writing commentary, the space is not a lot, and in most cases, especially when you report a global level, you would need to review a large number of metrics. So the space that you want to allocate for your commentary on each metric is limited, and it's important that you stay concise and you indicate which are the most relevant risks you have identified during your analysis. The fourth tip is about including references. During your review and analysis of the data, you may need to liaise with external data or teams in order to write your commentary and get to your final findings. So it's important that you do write your references, as those statements that you are writing may be questioned when presenting your finding to senior management. Hence, it's important that details on your sources are always indicated in your commentary and in your reports. Lastly, tip number 5, make sure you include an executive summary. This is the part that goes always at the top of your report, and in generally one page of bullet points, you should be able to summarize and be extremely concise about the risks for the entire report that you've been looking at. Executive summaries are read by senior management, and often they don't read the commentaries that are detailed into the metrics. So you need to make sure that in this space you go straight to the point and you are very clear in the areas you want to highlight as part of your analysis. Senior management normally don't have a lot of time to read the entire report, so it is extremely important that you are capable of writing which are the key elements they need to be aware of for their own escalation to the higher level of the organization. So these were my 5 tips, but I want to tell you one more item which is extremely important, and that is the timing. When you work on the production of management information, it's extremely important to get right the timing. You can see on the slide in here that there will be a process that is generally taking place from the beginning with the data preparation to the very end when an action is raised by senior management based on the findings that you have highlighted. So to get the timing right is very important, because you would need to coordinate with other teams across the organization for the production of the metrics. You will need to complete your own analysis, and then once the analysis and report are available, there will be reviews that internally will need to run before the reports and metrics are then presented to the senior management. So at that point, you need to be extremely prepared to present, maybe in an half an hour or maximum 1 hour meeting, all your findings. So to get all these elements in place, from the production, analysis, reviews, up until the moment you would need to present to senior management your findings, is important that you have the timings right. The suggestion that I would give you is to count backwards from your date when you have to present the finding to your senior management backwards, so that on a monthly basis you always know by what period you can have all these phases already aligned based on your schedule. With that, I'm at the end of today's video. I hope the tips that I shared are useful to you, but do let me know your comments below in this video, and let me know what you think, if there are other areas that are very important and that I may have missed out in this video. Also, remember to check the description of this video for some useful links and contents, and you can find there also the Patreon link if you wish to support FinCrime Agent. If you haven't subscribed, remember always to subscribe to FinCrime Agent, and until next time, thank you for watching and see you soon.